Welcome to Early Bird Picker. My name is Rafa. I am a reseller and I resell on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, and Depop. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the sales that I had from over the weekend. I had 7 sales so far on eBay and 3 on Facebook Marketplace where I shipped something to somebody. The first thing that sold is this vintage Bob Wills hat. Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys. I had $1 into this hat and it sold for $15 plus shipping. By the way, if you're a fellow reseller and you want to get into flipping vintage hats, be sure and check out my video, the one just before this. I'll put a link in the description and you can check out the reseller's guide to flipping vintage hats that I made. It tells you everything you could possibly need to know about reselling hats, from grading them or getting the condition on them, to what brands you should be looking for, what subject matter is awesome. So please be sure and check that out. Next, I sold this vintage Falcons hat. It was new with tags. The brand on this one is competitor logo 7. I flipped my $5 invested in this hat into $20 plus shipping. I'm new into doing clothing, but this is the 3rd piece of Peter Millar that I've picked up. This is just a shirt. The others that I picked up were like winter wear, a vest and a jacket, I'm pretty sure. This is just a shirt, but I flipped my $5 invested into this one into 30. So Peter Millar is a really great brand that you want to BOLO. Over on eBay, I had 7 sales. The first is this Nike Air Jordan hoodie. It's an awesome color with a really big logo on it. I flipped my $6 into 39. This is one of those that I wasn't sure if it would fit in a padded flat rate bag, and once I got it in there, I wasn't going to take it back out. This is the smallest sale of the weekend. I flipped $2 into 5. This is a vintage Marlboro jacket. It's just like a super light windbreaker, probably just like a promo item. Not much value in it, but it did sell. Next, I sold this vintage cycling jacket. The brand on this one is Aussie. I flipped $5 into $45.10 plus shipping. Next, this is something that my mom picked up at a garage sale. She paid $1 for this. It is some type of makeup or cosmetic. The brand is Reveal Alginist. Anyway, flipped $1 into 10 plus shipping. By the way, if you're going to flip cosmetics, probably anywhere, but especially on eBay, you've got to make sure that it's brand new. So you've got to be pretty choosy when you're picking up cosmetics. The reason why I was willing to take a chance on this one, you can see it's still new, wrapped in plastic, and so that's a good sign. Sometimes when there's a bottle of something, maybe it didn't come sealed, it's hard to know if someone used it or not, but with this one, you didn't have to even wonder. Sold this youth baseball bat. I had $2 invested into this one. I flipped my $2 into 25. Rawlings is a pretty good brand to resell. Kids bats don't just have a ton of value in them. You want to look for more like the high school ones or the college ones or the adult ones. They're more valuable. The grip on this one was good, so you want to make sure to talk about that if you're going to be reselling bats. Flipped this FootJoy's kind of like soft shell jacket. I flipped 9 into 40 on this one, so nice flip there. Last up is this video games vintage magazine. If you're new to my channel, or if you've been following along for a while, you know that I bought 41 vintage computer and video game magazines for a total of $100, which gives me about a $2.50 buy cost for each unit, and I've been slowly kind of just selling them off. I sold a lot at the beginning, and then they've been really slow the last couple weeks. Anyway, I had, like I said, I flipped my $2.50 into $20 plus shipping on this one. Just made a trip to Goodwill for 30 minutes to pick up some items. I actually do pretty well on Sunday, late afternoon, kind of early evening at Goodwill. I don't really know why, because it seems like people would have shopped the store, pretty heavily on the weekend. I don't really know if they restock on Sunday or what the deal is, but I always come away with some good stuff. So check out my other video that should be on this channel for what I picked up at thrifting. I do a different episode for that. While I was at Goodwill, I heard my phone dinging, which is always a good sign when it's eBay. I had 2 more sales in those 30 minutes. Let me show you what I sold. Sold these vintage women's LL Bean, kind of like chukka suede boots. I flipped my $5 that I had invested in these into $20 plus shipping. These are some Carhartt jeans that were brand new with tags that I got at Goodwill. I flipped $7.50 that I had invested into $30 plus shipping. It's Monday afternoon. I'm getting ready to ship out some orders that came through over the night, and today is a pretty good sales day. I had 4 sales on eBay and then 1 sale on Facebook Marketplace. Let me show you what sold. First up is this Duro oil color. It's obviously vintage just based on how old the packaging looks. and it's still new in the package. I've had this in my store for over a year along with this one. The customer bought this one for $9.99. I think I had about $1 into this. I'm going to go ahead and send them both of these just because if they've been sitting on eBay for so long. I'm just going to put a little note that says gift with purchase in the box, and hopefully they'll leave me some good feedback. Sold this vintage Patagonia button up. I think it's short sleeve. I'd have to look at the full picture to remember, but it's in super nice condition. I had $5.50 invested in this one, so I flipped my $5.50 into $30 plus shipping. Sold this laptop case basically. It is, the brand on this is Evernote, and this is actually a pretty expensive brand. It's Evernote Abrasis is the full brand, and this is the triangle bag. You can see it's kind of in the shape of a triangle. Apparently, like, the laptop sits better in it, and so it balances better when you're carrying it. This was originally like a $200 bag. I sold it for 25 bucks, and I had $5 invested in it, so I flipped my 5 into 25. Last up is this child guidance first multiplier. It's kind of like you multiply the numbers, you slide the top section up and like the column and then the row, and when you do that you get what the two multiply together for. This had super awesome sell-through rate, so if you're new to reselling, one thing that you really want to look at is sell-through rate. And so that's basically a comparison of how many have sold within the last 3 months on eBay compared to how many are listed. I don't remember the exact number, but maybe like 15 to 20 of these have sold in the last 3 months, and only one was listed. One was listed, I think, for $35 plus shipping, so I put mine at $34.99. I think I took better pictures than the other person, and my sale came through within like a day or two of listing this. And so when you focus on sell-through rate, it really pays off because you ultimately get faster flips, and I don't know anybody that wouldn't rather have faster flips when they're reselling. Last up is this Ken Griffey Jr. Avenue metal street sign. So you can see, obviously, it fills out the whole frame of the camera, and so it's 42 inches long. Whenever I saw this, I knew someone would want it. It was only $5 at Goodwill. I just got it yesterday. Only one had sold on eBay, but none were listed, so it's hard to tell sell-through rate in that case because there's just not a lot of these out there to be sold, apparently. When I saw this, I knew someone would want it. Here's the deal, though. When you're picking something like this up, you need to consider size, because sometimes if something is such an awkward size, you may not want to ship that item. It may be more trouble to find a box for that item. It's not worth your time. When you're, especially if you're new to reselling, you've got to really figure out, put a value on your time per hour. And so, you know, if you're just starting out, probably like 20 bucks an hour would be a goal to shoot for. I'd much rather make like 30 or 40 per hour, or obviously more, but you've got to figure out how much time it takes you to do stuff. And so to find a box that's going to fit this, if you don't already have one, let's say you go dumpster diving looking for cardboard, maybe that takes you 30 minutes round trip to get something like this. Well, there goes a lot of your profit. Whenever I picked this up, I thought about shipping. I knew I had the perfect box for it already. It's almost as tall as me. This is a 48 by 6 by 6 box. See, I have this box because I sell golf clubs occasionally, and I spent the money on these boxes. A lot of people use free boxes to ship golf clubs, like the triangle ones, I think, and then they call them Frankenbox them together, where they put two together to ship that out. Well, again, it goes back to the value of your time. The time for me it takes me to do something like that was worth spending the money on these boxes. And so whenever I'm shipping something really tall, I have a box for it, and so this is going to fit in there perfectly. And so just make sure you're thinking about that when you're picking items up, that you're not going to regret it, because it's going to take more time to get the box than it is worth the sale. That's all my sales so far for today. I did go to Goodwill today. You can watch my other video on that for what I pick up, and I'm going to get some of that stuff listed tonight. I picked up some pretty hot items, so it's always possible I might have more sales today. Just had another sale come through on eBay. It is this Wilson Sledgehammer tennis racket 3.8, and I got $15. I think I had $5 invested in this one. Flipped my 5 into 15, And this is kind of a lower priced tennis racket. Typically I get 30 or more for tennis rackets, and tennis rackets are a great bolo for resellers because often they're overlooked at garage sales. Just people don't think they're worth anything, and you can get some pretty good money. This one's not a ton, but I've gotten some good money for them in the past. It's Tuesday afternoon and I only had 2 sales today. I don't have as many sales today as I usually do on a Tuesday, and I think part of that is because I spent a good portion of the weekend working on making a YouTube video about flipping vintage hats, and so I'm going to put the link to that video down below in the description so you can check that out. I put a lot of work into it, just showing you everything that you need to know about flipping vintage hats, which brands to look for, what styles, just everything you can imagine. And so please check that video out. Anyway, let me show you what I sold today. I had 1 sale on eBay and 1 sale on Amazon. Sold these Eastland Biloxi like moccasin boots. I paid $9 for these, and I took an offer for 20 bucks plus shipping. These have been in my store for many, many months, and so I was just ready to kind of move on with them. I love selling books. Books I think are the easiest thing to sell, aside from something new in the package that you can sell on Amazon. I sold this book on Amazon. You just scan the barcode if the book has a barcode. You put what condition it's in, what you want to list it for, what price, and you're pretty much good to go. And so when you're listing something, you've got to think about how long it's going to take you to list your item. Books are super, super simple and easy. I picked this book up for $1 and it sold for $15 plus shipping. While I was packing my orders up, I had another payment come through. Somebody had bought this hat earlier, maybe on a best offer, and they just now pay me. Oakland Athletics, it's new with tags. It's one of the 18 hats that I bought from this last weekend from a guy that gave me a really good deal on them. I paid $5 for this hat, and I flipped my $5 into $25 plus shipping. I did have 2 more sales come through tonight. First up is this Norfolk Tides hat that I got at Goodwill. Paid $3, and I flipped my 3 into 11. And then I got this at an estate sale. It's like, was it 2XL Ziploc bags, and I had $2 into this one, and I flipped my 2 into 10 plus shipping.